In this video, we are going to be talking about ecology. So in ecology, there are 7 different levels. There's an individual, there's a population, there's a community, ecosystem, biome, and biosphere. And in this video, we're going to be going over population and community. So population ecology is a group of individuals of the same species living in the same area. And in population ecology, there's density, which is the number of individuals per area. So the number of individuals in a particular area, or the amount of land there is. And there's also dispersion, and this is the pattern of spacing between individuals. There are 3 types of dispersions. There's clumped, random, and uniform. Uniform is when the individuals are usually spaced evenly. Random is just the individuals in a random space or random spot. There's no organization. Clump, there's usually a clump of individuals together. This is the age structure, and this is just a graph of how much, or the percentage of each age group. And there's the United States right here. So this is the age structure for the United States, and this is the age structure for Mexico right here. There are survivorship curves. There's the type 1 curve, which is humans. Oops. And this is a type 1 curve. Type 2 curve is random. So these individuals die at a random age. There's no structure. Type 3 curve, the individuals usually die at a young age. So you see here they live and then they begin to die. Biotic potential is the maximum growth rate of a population under ideal conditions. So when everything is going right for a species, their growth rate goes up really high. And carrying capacity is the maximum number of individuals in a population that can be sustained by a habitat. So once a population reaches that carrying capacity, they can't produce anymore because its habitat can't take it. There are also limiting factors. These are elements that prevent a population from reaching its potential. There's density-dependent factors which depend on populations, such as disease. And there's independent factors which do not depend on population, for example, natural disaster. There's exponential growth, which is like the J curve graph, and then there's logistic growth, which is a S-shaped graph. So here we see the human population growth, and as you can see, we have grown a lot the past couple of years, right here, or a couple hundred years. We've grown exponentially. Now we're going to talk about community ecology. For example, interactions of population in the same area. There's interspecific competition, such as resource partitioning, realized niche, and character displacement. Predation is another form of community interaction. And this is symbiosis. 2 species live together in close contact. There are 3 different kinds. Mutualism, when both species benefit. Commensalism, when one species benefits and the other is unaffected. And parasitism, one species benefits and the other is harmed. There's also different kinds of mimicry. There's Müllerian mimicry, and Batesian mimicry. Müllerian is when 2 bad-tasting species resemble each other. And Batesian mimicry is when a harmless species mimics the color of a harmful species. That's wrong. So for example here, the snake, this is a non-venomous snake, but as you can see, it looks like this snake, which is venomous, and makes the predators think that it's actually this snake and it's harmless when it is actually not. Now we're going to talk about the food chain. There's the producer, which is grass, and then primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and this is the decomposer. As you can see, the sun and water help the producer grow. Now we're gonna talk about the food web, and it's a lot more complex. As you can see, there's a lot more arrows. It's a lot more complex, and there's primary producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and decomposers, just like the food chain. And there are also keystone species, and these have a strong influence on the health of the community. And there's also dominant species. Lastly, we're going to talk about biogeochemical cycles. There's the carbon cycle, the nitrogen cycle, and the phosphorus cycle. And here you can see this is the carbon cycle, and this one is the phosphorus cycle.